Was it really necessary for the Bad Guys 2 to happen right now? Was there a need for it? What's up with the new characters? The truth is that DreamWorks is not messing around and dropped 2 trailers in the same week, one of them for the Bad Guys 2, and I've got a lot to talk about, so stick around. Welcome to Cine Lovers, and if you, like me, love movies, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and leave a like because this video is packed. So, the trailer starts with Wolf telling the story of how they became the bad guys and sharing a story about one of the heists they pulled off in Egypt. You can see that the scene is set in Egypt, and some clues make it clear. It also hints that this heist happened before the first movie, especially since the first movie ends with the bad guys turning good. In the same heist scene, you can see them stealing a car, which is the car they use in the first film. So it's confirmed that this heist Wolf is talking about takes place before the first movie, and we also get to see the origin of their car, which was actually stolen by them. The cop from the first movie who chases after the bad guys appears in the trailer, and it shows that she's still very suspicious. In fact, many people still don't believe 100% that the bad guys have turned good. Behind her, there's a tent with several costumes and masks, which are probably the outfits they'll use in the Lords of Lucha, as will be shown later in the trailer. Next to Wolf, there's a van that they're also going to use or steal to escape from the fight. The bad guys are about to get themselves into a big mess. It's already clear. Alright, after telling the story of one of the heists before the first movie, the Bad Guys 2 will take place after the events of the first movie. And now that they're good guys, they want honest jobs. So, Wolf goes to the bank to apply for a job. And notice that on the wall behind the bank guy, there are 4 identical pictures of the same person, and it says Employee of the Month, and the person in the pictures is the guy talking to Wolf. Being the boss of the bank must make it easy to be Employee of the Month, right? New characters make an appearance in this first trailer, and they're apparently going to cause a lot of trouble, like the bad girls, Kitty, who seems to be the leader, a boar, and a bird. I'm not sure if it's a crow, a pigeon, but it's definitely a bird. At the start of the trailer, they were in Egypt, but in this scene, they seem to be in Italy, judging by Shark's accent and the setting around them. In another scene, they're in Mexico, where Lords of Lucha takes place, and the guys are going to fight in the ring. But at the same time, it's possible they aren't actually in these countries, and these places just resemble Italy and Mexico. In the scene that seems to be in Italy, Shark, the master of disguises, gives another performance worthy of an Oscar.
Where's my flowers? Prego, cappuccino.
And behind him, there's a van selling flowers with a license plate that says Love Forever. Did you catch that reference? Drop a hashtag Shark in the comments and I'll give it a heart. The bad guys take a break and it seems like they're at a police station. You can see handcuffs in the background, and on the table there's a mug that says I see guilty people, which is a reference to the line I see dead people from the movie The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
Some characters from the first movie will be back, besides the cop and the bad guys themselves. Diana, the fox, shows up and beats up Kitty. Reporter Tiffany is giving more information, this time about the rocket the bad guys are involved with. What's probably going to happen is that they'll be forced by the bad girls to do something involving that rocket, so they'll end up being bad guys again. They'll literally be forced into crime. And to involve a rocket, it's going to be something big. My hype for this movie is high. To be honest, for me it could maybe even surpass the first one. Speaking of the rocket, there's a scene that for me is one of the coolest in the trailer where Wolf, Piranha, Shark, and Snake are jumping off the rocket in slow motion with an epic song playing in the background. In this scene, the tarantula isn't there, so I've come up with a theory. The tarantula is the only girl in the bad guys, and the bad girls are 3 girls, so maybe the tarantula switched sides and joined the bad girls, at least for part of the movie. Either because she missed being a villain, or because she wanted to change groups, or maybe she's there because she's being forced. Kitty, who's the leader, could be holding the tarantula in the group somehow, maybe using some blackmail or something like that. The epic music song in the background is by Billie Eilish and it's called Bad Guys. Did you catch the reference? At the end of the trailer, there's a scene of Mr. Snake dating the bird who's part of the bad girls. There's something fishy going on there, for sure. I think this scene happens at the beginning of the movie, before the bad guys meet the bad girls, and I believe that the bird, whose name hasn't been revealed yet, will seduce Mr. Snake, trick him into leading the bad guys into an ambush, and then kidnap them, as shown in the trailer, so that they can, quote, invite us to join their plan, unquote. Drop your opinion in the comments on what you think is going to happen in this scene. The box office for the first movie reached $250 million, which was a good amount for the first film in the franchise, especially since it was 2022 and cinemas were just starting to reopen. They were still getting back on their feet. Now, with The Bad Guys 2 coming in August 2025, the box office for this one will definitely be bigger. I think it could easily double the first movie's earnings. I really like the trailer. I'm happy the animation's visuals stayed the same. The quality we loved from the first movie is back, and DreamWorks did really well to keep it that way. We're grateful for that. And I'll even say more. For me, the franchise doesn't end here. With the sequel doing well, the third movie is coming. There's no reason not to make it. Plus, The Bad Guys is based on a series of books by Aaron Blabey, so there's plenty of story. And after Toy Story is going for the 5th film and Ice Age for the 6th, why not one day see The Bad Guys 3, 4, or 5? Now, any sequel is possible, even Cars 4. Thank you for watching up to here, and I'll see you in the next video on Cine Lovers.